The global response to the COVID-19 situation has been one of the most defining moments of the 21st century, with governments around the world adopting unprecedented measures like mask mandates, lockdowns, and vaccine policies. These actions, while aimed at curbing the spread of the virus, have sparked a profound debate about governance, public health, and individual rights. As the dust has settled, what has emerged is not just a story of health management but a narrative of trust, or the profound lack thereof, between public officials and the citizens they serve. Now apparent to most but always clear to some, mismanagement, overreach, and even errors have led to a significant trust deficit and growing anger among many who were forced to comply with the decisions of those in charge at the time. These controversies have unraveled the fabric of public faith in governance, questioning the integrity of those in public service, setting the stage for a critical examination of accountability, and demanding retribution for those who made these questionable decisions. The public health crisis has not only tested the resilience of health systems, but also the moral compass of those in decision-making roles. Public health officials, administrators, and elected representatives were tasked with navigating uncharted waters with limited data under intense scrutiny, yet they made decisions that have been scrutinized for their effectiveness and necessity, but more importantly, for the motives behind them. The narrative has shifted from merely questioning these measures to understanding that they were executed with the public's best interest in mind, though influenced by factors such as political gain, economic considerations, or personal agendas. Amid this crisis of trust, the concept of pension forfeiture has emerged as a potential mechanism for accountability in the wake of the health crisis. Pensions, traditionally viewed as incentives for public service employment and then as rewards for years of service, are funded by taxpayers' money, symbolizing a contract of trust between the public servant and the public. When this trust is shattered, particularly in cases where public officials are implicated in actions deemed inappropriate or excessively authoritarian, the notion of pension cancellation gains significant traction. From a moral standpoint, pensions should not be seen as an entitlement, but as a reflection of service integrity. If public servants engage in or support actions that compromise public health or democratic processes under the guise of an emergency, they should not continue to benefit from taxpayer-funded retirement. Financially, it's about ensuring that public funds do not reward those who have misused their positions. As a deterrent, the potential loss of a pension might compel future public servants to prioritize ethical decision-making over personal or political benefits, fostering a culture where compliance with capricious rules, unlawful orders, and unethical standards is unacceptable. However, pension cancellation is merely one aspect of a broader accountability framework. Employment termination for those still in service who played significant roles in controversial policy decisions during the crisis is another vital step. This action isn't just about removing individuals from their positions, but about sending a clear signal to the public and future officials that there are concrete consequences for actions that undermine public welfare or democratic principles. Criminal audits are proposed as an exhaustive method to scrutinize the decision-making processes, financial transactions, and any personal benefits derived from public office. These audits can uncover layers of potential mismanagement, corruption, or negligence, which could lead to legal consequences. Such audits can be conducted during or after an official's tenure, extending accountability to anyone who previously held the position. This approach highlights the necessity for a detailed investigation to pinpoint responsibility, a robust legal framework to back these actions, transparent investigations to uphold public trust, judicial oversight for fairness, and systemic reforms to prevent future crises from getting out of hand. The journey towards holding public officials accountable for their roles in the health crisis is intricate, filled with legal, ethical, and political hurdles. Legally, pensions are often considered vested rights, making their forfeiture a contentious legal issue that could lead to significant battles in court. Politically, there's the risk of these measures being perceived as justified vendettas, serving both as tools for justice and political retribution. Public opinion is split. Most see the need for accountability as clear-cut justice, while the pension holders argue that the unprecedented nature of the crisis calls for a nuanced understanding of decisions made under duress, decisions that were made with the best intentions. The push for accountability must start with addressing the mismanagement during the health crisis, given its significant impact, but these measures should extend to all public employees across all sectors. Recent events, including the response to the health crisis, social movements, electoral processes, and immigration policies, when examined together, reveal not just incompetence but a complex scenario aimed at various gains. Termination of employment, pension cancellation, and criminal audits are critical to address these issues. It can begin with the health crisis due to its profound impact and the ongoing repercussions it has caused. Pension cancellation is warranted, even when focusing on the fairness of judging actions in hindsight, especially when it's clear misinformation was involved, and public servants knew this but proceeded to protect their financial interest and their pensions. An approach is needed where accountability does not devolve into a witch hunt, but is also a measured response to restore integrity in public service. Despite the obstacles on the path to justice, this is essential for healing the trust deficit, ensuring accountability deters future misconduct, and reaffirming that public office is a position of responsibility, one where decisions must be made ethically, or risk losing one's pension. This reckoning is not solely about punishing past errors, but about crafting a future where the public can trust those they elect to act in their best interest.